Well, hi there, everybody. Wonder and Wanda here. Welcome to Wake Up and Wonder with Wonder and Wanda. That's me. All right, everybody. I'm here to tell you some more about Jesus. Now, I told you a couple weeks ago that I learned all about being a citizen of the kingdom of heaven. That means that I learned about who God is and what He's like, and I choose to believe and follow Jesus. Now, one of the things that you do when you follow Jesus is you tell other people about Him. So that's what I'm here to do today. I'm here to tell you more about God and the Bible. So, last week I kind of had it all wrong with the 10 Commandments and the Sabbath, and Grannie Annie suggested that I start at the very beginning of the story. I think that's a good place to start, don't you? At the very beginning? All right, so a long time ago, there was nothing. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. There was nothing but God, and God spoke some words, and He created the earth and the universe and the plants and the trees and the animals and the people. He made all of the things just by speaking with His mouth. Now, I was wondering about that, and that is a pretty cool thing, don't you think? I think it's pretty great. Oh, that's pretty amazing. Well, they did too. The two people that lived in the garden that God made, it was so beautiful and spectacular, and they got to be with God all the time. You would come and spend time with them. Well, that's until the bad thing happened. God gave them one rule, one whole rule out of all the things. They didn't have any other rules, just one. There was one tree in the middle of the garden they weren't supposed to eat from. When they ate from that tree, it would teach them and show them about what good and evil is. And they didn't know about evil. They didn't know about bad things. Well, so one day, Eve, while she was there and Adam was with her, they were there by the tree, and Satan, who's the enemy of God, came along and said to Eve, "Why don't you try that?" And it was this big kerfuffle, and they blamed each other, and they stopped trusting God, and guess what? They broke God's one rule. They broke it, and when they broke God's rule, they broke their friendship with God. And when that happened, evil came into the world, and bad things happened. Well, God came, and He talked with Adam and Eve, and they knew that they did something wrong, but God, guess what? God still loved them, and He told them that He had a plan to send a Messiah, a Savior, to come and save everybody from evil in the world. And that's what we're learning about now today. So we've been learning from the book of Matthew for the last little bit. That's where we learned about being a citizen of the kingdom of heaven. We learned about that and Jesus, and He's all part of that, and Jesus is the Messiah. Now, He came to deal with the evil, but there were some problems, and there were some people, and I always get this part of the story mixed up. Grannie Annie?
Yes?
Can you come help me tell the story?
Okay. What seems to be the problem?
Well, I was telling these fine folks about evil and good, and how there was evil in the world, and how God had made it good, but then evil, and then Jesus came and...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so you're wondering about after Jesus came?
yeah, when Jesus was here, evil was making people sick. You know,
Yes.
Today lost people get sick even.
Oh,
And
yes.
so evil, sin was making people sick and hurt, and Jesus came and He was fixing people. He was
Yes.
making them better.
He was.
But
It
there
was
were some
his job.
it was His job. But there were some people that didn't like that.
Oh, yes, the people we talked about last week.
Right.
The Pharisees.
Because they're not fair, you see.
Oh, dear, now don't start that again.
Oh, right. Sorry. Right. But they were the ones that had it all wrong.
Yes,
They
they
had-
had the problem.
They had the problems with the Sabbath, and they had it all wrong about Jesus.
They did.
Yeah.
And they were trying to trap him.
They were trying to trap him.
They didn't like him.
Oh.
They wanted him to be gone.
Oh, boy.
So they came up with a sneaky plan.
Yeah?
It wasn't good.
No?
Nope.
Oh.
You know what they did?
No.
Well, Jesus was going around healing everybody,
Right.
casting out the evil, getting rid of all of the bad things,
Right.
making everything good again.
Yes.
Well, they didn't like that.
Why wouldn't they like that, I wonder?
Because the people were saying Jesus was God's son.
Right, and they didn't like that.
They didn't like that. But it was true.
It was true.
Jesus is God's son.
Right.
And we all know that.
Yep.
And the Pharisees,
They didn't like that.
they didn't like that.
No.
So their plan, their sneaky plan.
Sneaky plan.
Now you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
It's pretty evil.
Oh, dear.
They decided
Yep.
to tell people
Right.
Jesus wasn't God's son.
What?
That he was evil. He was from Satan.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. It
Right.
wasn't true,
Right.
but they wanted it to be true.
Oh,
They wanted to get rid of him.
They wanted to.
Mhm. But
What?
Jesus knew.
Yep.
He knew what they were thinking.
Yeah.
He knew their hearts.
Oh, yes.
Yes, because God knows everybody. He
knows
knows
the hearts.
everybody's hearts.
Right.
So you see,
Yep.
God told them a story.
Mm-hmm.
He told them as an example.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a good tree,
Right.
it produces good fruit.
All right.
So you know it's a good tree.
Right.
But if you have a bad tree,
Right. It gives bad fruit.
it gives bad fruit.
Ah, I'm on
Very
that one.
smart,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Good tree gives good fruit. Bad tree, bad fruit.
That's right.
All
And
right.
same can be said for people.
Oh, I can grow fruit?
No.
No.
But
We'll get there?
we'll get there.
Okay.
Just hold on.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay.
as I was saying,
Right.
Jesus told the Pharisees.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how does it make sense? If I am getting rid of all the evil, how is that helping if I'm evil?
Right.
If I'm evil, why would I get rid of all the evil?
That's so smart.
It's very smart.
Very smart.
So he said, I am good,
Right.
and I'm getting rid of all the evil.
Right.
And he's doing good things.
Right. Like a good tree grows good fruit.
Yes.
That's what Jesus was doing.
That's right. And
Right.
that was his job.
Right.
And he loved everybody so much.
Right.
He wanted to help everybody, every single one.
Right.
But
Wow.
as we learned,
Yeah.
not everybody wants to hear about Jesus.
All right.
Like the Pharisees.
the Pharisees.
Mhm.
They didn't want to know.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Now, Grannie Annie, I was wondering something though.
Oh dear, here we go again.
Well, I was wondering because we were talking about trees
Oh yes.
and good fruit and bad fruit.
Mm-hmm.
How do I grow good fruit?
Well, now you're not a tree.
Well, right, I'm not a tree. I was growing some branches, but
Yes.
not a tree.
Not a tree.
Okay.
So don't worry about that part.
Okay.
But if you want to produce good fruit,
Right, I do want to do that, like Jesus.
like Jesus,
Yeah.
he did good things and
Right.
he had good fruit.
Right?
You go out.
Like an apple?
Not like an apple. No, no, no. Pay attention. now.
Okay.
Good things.
Good things.
That's what the good fruit is an example for.
Oh, right. Like what?
Well, say your friend's not feeling so good or they
Yeah.
got hurt.
Yeah.
You go over and you help them.
Oh, that's very kind.
Yes.
Yeah.
And say you see somebody who needs some help over there, you go over and you help them too.
That's also very kind.
Mhm.
Right, we can be helpful and kind.
That's right.
That's
Now, have you heard of the fruit of the spirit?
Well, it's not an apple,
It's not an apple.
and it's not a coconut.
Nope.
I don't think it's a watermelon.
Not a banana.
No, not one of them either.
No.
No,
No.
no.
What? The fruit of the spirit
Yep.
are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.
Wow. I wonder if they could say it with us.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe let's say it together.
Okay, here we
Ready,
go.
go. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Wow, that's 9.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of fruit.
But you know what?
What?
We can all do those things.
We can.
Super simple.
Yep.
You just go out
Yep.
and you do kind things.
Right.
You be good.
Yeah.
You show love.
Right.
You have joy.
Right.
And be patient.
Oh, that's a hard one.
It's a very hard.
That's almost as hard as saying sorry when you do something wrong.
That's right. Right here, we learned all about that.
We did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, patience is a hard one.
Oh yes. Yeah. But that's why we got to practice.
Right, we do. And here's something else I learned. We learned it here. We don't have to do it alone.
No, you don't. You always have Jesus.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think this is pretty great. I'm so glad that you all joined me today for my Wondering Wanda's Wake Up and Wonder weekly video.
That's a lot of W's.
It sure is. Join us next week. There's another W for you. Bye, everyone.
Bye, kids.
So today we're going to be making secret heart drawings. So it's really easy. All you're going to need is a white piece of paper. Any crayons will work, but we have chosen to use white crayons because then you can't see it when you draw it, which is kind of cool. And then watercolor paint, or you could use some food coloring mixed in with just a teeny bit of water. So on your piece of paper, you can draw all sorts of heart designs all over. It might be hard to see where you've drawn, but keep going. Once you're finished your drawings there, you can take your watercolor paints and paint all over your paper. Can you see what you drew underneath to reveal your hearts?
You can't beat a fruit of the spirit, cause the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. Oh, the fruit of the spirit's not a lemon. The fruit of the spirit's not a lemon. If you wanna be a lemon, you might as well hear it. You can't beat a fruit of the spirit, cause the fruit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.